Hello everyone, welcome to EduTerrain and a warm good afternoon to you all. So hope you all are doing well and hope you all had a great day. So with this, let us start as part of the planning that we have done for coverage of various schemes, reports, current affairs of ARD, ESI, static part. Today we are going to see yet another interesting report which has been released very recently, and that is State of the Climate in Asia 2023. If you remember, very recently, 1 week back, I have taken a session on the State of the Global Climate Report 2023. So वहाँ हमने global as such इस continents में किस तरह से है and all that we have seen. In this report, we'll be exclusively viewing more about the situation of climate change in Asia, where India is one of those countries. Okay, and here we have seen it's that this particular report has been released by the World Meteorological Organization, the same organization that has released the State of the Global Climate Report 2023. Okay, and this is fourth in the series that they have released this report few days back. So with this, let me start today's session. So this would be important as part of your important reports for regular current affairs in phase 1, and for ESI current affairs under the topic environment or the climate change, again as part of the important reports phase 1 and phase 2. Yes, and this can be important as part of your ARD current affairs as well, because environment, climate change, they're also part of the topic, is also part of ARD. Okay, so these are my credentials. You can go through it later as well. Now the report itself, as I've said earlier also, this was released by the World Meteorological Organization, which is in Geneva, Switzerland, and it is a United Nations authoritative voice for the state and behavior of the Earth's atmosphere. That is the blanket that is surrounding our Earth, keeping us cozy and warm. And it's how it is being interacted with the land and ocean, the weather patterns, the climatic changes that we are witnessing, and how resulting distribution of water resources based on that, all that it would be looking into. And India's IMD, India Meteorological Department, is also one of the 6 regional observing or observation centers of WMO itself. Okay, and it has 193 member states, of which India is also a part, and Secretary General is Professor Celeste Solo. Okay, now this is the 4th edition of climate reports published annually for Asia, and not only WMO तो अकेला नहीं कर सकता, it has involved lot of other organizations in preparing this report, and those include National Meteorological and Hydrological Services, WMO regional climate centers, and several research institutions as well as United Nations agencies, including international and regional organizations that have helped WMO in preparing and publishing this report. And what does it provide? It provides a status of key climate indicators like precipitation, the glacial floodings, or the regular changes in the mean sea level, and the temperatures, the precipitation, all that. And along with that, latest data and information on the impacts. Now all this will have an impact, the changes would show some impact, those impacts, risks, and policy from various United Nations agencies. Okay, now the key facts and figures associated or released as part of this report from Asia. Here the mean temperature over Asia was 0.91 degrees above the 1991-2020 reference period. Again, the second highest on record. The first highest, it was from 2016. Okay, 2016 was the first, you can say, hottest year for Asia, and this 2023 is the second one, especially in the 1991-2020 reference period. Okay, on an average it is 0.91 degrees centigrade, that is pre-industrial जो temperature changes थे, above that it is 0.91, but otherwise it has been observed that close to 86 days, okay, close to 86. This is as per one of the reports or public, not public, a private agency report that has to say is 2023 में more almost 86 days has witnessed the above average temperatures when compared to the pre-industrial area, that is a 1.5 degrees centigrade. 86 days, and there were 2 days in November which has even witnessed the average increase change in temperature when compared to the pre-industrial era, that is 2 degrees centigrade. 2 days, that was in November. So this is what we have witnessed about the temperatures, and Japan has experienced its hottest summer on record. The ocean around Asia has shown an overall warming trend since a time series began in 1982, since the time we have been following, and since then it has been one of the warmest year. And if you remember, मैंने आज या कल में ही एक report, not report, you can say editorial on the changing temperature, marine temperatures. I have shared with you a report, editorial as well from the Hindu. It's very beautiful report. You can find how the changes are there, you know, when it comes to the temperatures of the oceans, which have been the warmest since the time we have been recording the ocean temperatures, that is leading to marine heat waves as well. एक बार पढ़ लीजिए ज़रूर वो report. Sea surface temperature anomalies in the Northwest Pacific Ocean were the highest on record. This is what I was talking about. Even in the Indian Ocean, it has been observed on the highest side. Especially this all is leading to even the changes in the flora and fauna in those oceans and seas. Okay, now the glaciers in the high mountain Asia lost significant mass over the past 40 years, and that too at an accelerating rate. जो पहले pace था, the loss of glaciers, that is ice and all that, that is now currently happening at a much faster rate than anticipated. Record breaking high temperatures and drier conditions in the eastern Himalayas and the Tian Shan, that is a mountain range, exacerbated mass loss that is related to your ice and snow. Southwest China suffered from a drought with below normal precipitation levels nearly every month of 2023. See, temperature high है, sea level rise हो रहा है, mean sea temperatures they are increasing, leading to marine heat waves similar to the land heat waves. And along with that, the precipitation जो generally होता है और the regularly जो होता है, that has come down, because of which it has led to drought. Now this all you can associate that with the El Nino conditions as well. El Nino conditions में क्या है? It would be the warm conditions. La Nina में क्या है? जो regular temperature से it will be colder than the usual ones. El Nino में क्या है? It would be warmer than the usual ones. But what scientist has to say is, even in absence of El Nino also, that conditions would be more or less on the similar lines only. So you can understand the gravity of the situation. Essential winter precipitation, जो winter rains होते हैं, was also below normal. Especially winter precipitation क्यों बोल रहे हैं? Because that is all related to snowfall and all that, because that only are one of the major sources of water in the higher uplands. In the Hindu Kush region, and the rains associated with the Indian summer monsoon were also insufficient. Obviously 6% below normal, मतलब जो normal rains होते हैं उसमें we have witnessed a 6% drop than the regular normal monsoons in 2023. All this is data related to 2023 only. Over 80% of the reported hydrometeorological hazards in Asia were floods and storm events. So जितने भी hydrometeorological events है, hazards है, like your floods, heavy rainfall leading to landslides, all this, अगर वो सारे हम लोग count करने लगेंगे, glacial outburst or cloud bursting, all these if we count, it seems that 80% of those events are floods and storm events only. Okay, and overall 79 reported hydrometeorological hazard events in 2023 led to 2000 fatalities and impacted more than 9 million people. And Yemen, India, few parts of Japan, few parts of China, they're all Pakistan, few parts of Pakistan, they were all a part of this brunt. As you can see here, जितने भी ये ग्लेशियल फ्लड्स हैं, वाइल्ड फायर, एक्सट्रीम टेम्परेचर, लैंडस्लाइड्स, बट फ्लड्स एंड स्टॉर्म्स वेर द वंस दैट वेर हाइएस्ट व्हेन कंपेयर्ड टू other hydrometeorological hazards that we have witnessed. And deaths also, see, because of floods it is more, and then storms. And see, storms, floods, people affected, their livelihoods affected, their lives affected, economic damage. Storms are the one that has caused tremendous economic damage because of them, the high speed winds that blow, that damage the infrastructure, thereby leading to again, अगर वो फुल पूरा फिर से हमें रिकन्स्ट्रक्ट करके फिर लाइफ को एक बाकी वो बोलते हैं ना, फिर पटरी पे लाना है, उस तरह का. सो दैट हैज़ ऑल we have witnessed during 2023, and economic damage highest because of the storms and floods. Yemen suffered heavy rainfall and resulting widespread floods with over 30 reported casualties and over 1,65,000 individuals affected in over 70 districts. This is not only in case of Yemen, इसमें आप इंडिया को भी जोड़ सकते हैं. We can add China as well in this. Okay, पाकिस्तान में भी कुछ प्लेसेस में हुए थे, स्पेशली 2022-21 में सबसे ज़्यादा हुआ था. In 2023 it was less, but still they have witnessed floods again. Okay, approximately 80% of the members of World Meteorological Organization in Asia, अगर in the region जहाँ पे भी आए, we are talking about Asia only, they provide climate services to support disaster risk reduction activities. No doubt, जितने भी countries से of that 80%, they are coming forward to support disaster risk reduction activities by strengthening themselves or by offering help who are facing problem and all that. But still it is not sufficient. How much? See, however, there is a gap in climate projections and tailored products provided by less than 50% of the members in WMO Regional Association, that is of Asia, that are needed to inform risk management and adaptation to and mitigation of climate change and its impact. So 50% of those members still have to work on the climate adaptation and mitigation measures, their impacts, how they are going to impact and how they have to brace themselves if they want to survive. So still there is a long way to go if we have to combat this. Now ये हो गया हमारा कुछ एशिया रिलेटेड डाटा, उसमें थोड़ा इंडिया का भी है नो डाउट, बट एक्सक्लूसिवली इंडिया का क्या हाल है. The first thing, as per the latest IMD report, India Meteorological Department report, India experienced its second warmest year in 122 years. The warmest year ever recorded during this period was 2016. And the annual mean surface air temperature average over the country last year was 0.65 degrees Celsius, whereas the same was 0.71 degrees Celsius in 2016. Now this was the report that was released by IMD. ये इस रिपोर्ट में मेंशन नहीं है, but still since we are talking about the high temperatures, high mean temperatures of India, I thought of incorporating this important data as well here, where IMD has released this data few days back only. अप्रैल में एक बार रिलीज़ किया था इन्होंने, and जैन में भी एक बार हाईलाइट किया था. Okay. Yes. According to the National Emergency Response Center of India, there were over 100 deaths and over 70 missing individuals due to glacial lake outburst floods. Sudden glacial lakes क्या होते हैं? Climate change, warm conditions, global warming, the glaciers, they start melting in a much faster rate. So the size of the glacial lakes will also increase, and sudden floods can also happen because of the overflowing water, swelling of the lakes. Okay, so that also has led to lots of loss of lives as well as missing individuals. Severe heat waves in April and June resulted in about 110 fatalities. ये सारे recorded वाले हैं, unrecorded भी कुछ हो सकते हैं. The eastern and northern parts of India witnessed the highest temperature rise compared to the 1991-2021 average. though we are saying that the mean average temperature of India has increased, but who bore the major brunt of these temperatures? That is the eastern and northern parts of India. Okay, they have taken the most of this temperature increase. The Indian summer monsoon seasonal rainfall. See, when we talk about monsoon, जैसे हमारा एक दिमाग में रहता है कि it's only the southwest monsoons that we receive, that too from June to July, August उतना होता है. But actually we have four types of rainfalls that we receive in India. One is the southwest monsoon, northeast monsoon, उसके बाद summer showers भी होते हैं and winter showers भी होते हैं. If not in much, जैसे southwest monsoon होता है, because 85% of the rainfall that we receive in India is from the southwest monsoon only. बाकी सब तो कम ही होते हैं. But yes, they are also very important. Why? They help in balancing the temperatures, एक चीज़, and also to provide the precipitation required, moisture, water in those areas. Okay, so in the Indian monsoon seasonal rainfall averaged over India from June to September was about 6% below the 1971-2000 average. जो हमारा here they're talking about southwest monsoons. Immediately after summer that what we receive, they are southwest monsoons. So उसमें it has been observed that it is 6% below the 1971-2000 average. So we have received only 96% of the rainfall on an average, but again that was also lopsided, क्योंकि जहाँ पे होना चाहिए था वहाँ पे कम हुआ था, जहाँ पे नहीं होना चाहिए था उस टाइम पे, जैसे क्रॉप्स रेडी है एंड इट वाज raining, so उस तरह से there was a lopsided, and that all led to even landslides as well. See, July to August witnessed landslides in India due to intense monsoon rains, especially Himachal Pradesh, Uttarakhand, etc. In August of 2023, widespread floods and landslides struck multiple states in India. The same thing. August again, India experienced a record high monthly mean temperature as well as an unprecedented rainfall deficit for the month. So August has been one of the worst months for us when we talk about the climate in India in 2023, where the average monthly mean temperatures were record high. At the same time जो भी थोड़ी बहुत बारिश होती थी अगस्त में बहुत कम हुआ था 2023 में. Okay, so that has also happened. The cyclone activity was slightly above the average when जो normally होता है, जो cyclones तो होते हैं साउथ में, तो हम लोग बोलते हैं कि जो सितंबर अक्टूबर नवंबर होता है, that we call it as a cyclone season, because उस टाइम पे cyclones बहुत होते हैं, and because of which we receive good amount of rainfall. Sometimes that rainfall leads to floods as well. Okay. So, but this year 2023, they have witnessed a slightly above average number of cyclones. There were 6 major tropical cyclones in the North Indian Ocean, and उसमें से 4 cyclones have made landfall in India. So you can understand the kind of impact they must have brought in on India. 4 out of the 6 cyclones, Mocha, Hamoon, Mithili and Michuang, formed over the Bay of Bengal, and 2 cyclones, Birparjoy and Tej, formed over the Arabian Sea. The sea level rise in the Bay of Bengal was 30% above the global average, particularly in the Sundarbans region, and was amongst the highest in the region. So sea level rise was also 30% higher over the global average. As you can see here, Northwest Indian Ocean का इन्होंने दिया है. Especially if you look at, this is what the trend in the rate of mean sea level rise, and Northeast Indian Ocean, that जहाँ पे this northeast, that is northeastern India falls, there they have witnessed the highest. Okay, and here if you look at Western Tropical Pacific region में देखा जाए तो Western Tropical Pacific region में it has witnessed the highest trend in the rise rate of sea level rise, that is in millimeters per year. ऐसा नहीं है कि बहुत centimeters ऐसा होता है, but year on year if it continues, it would bring drastic effect on the people who are dependent on the these seas and oceans. Now comes the Sendai framework for disaster risk reduction. So here, this is a framework for disaster risk reduction, which is an international document that was adopted by the United Nations member states between 14th and 18th March 2015 at the World Congress or World Conference on Disaster Risk Reduction, which was held in Sendai, Japan. Hence, it's called as Sendai Framework for Disaster Risk Reduction. Now, this looks into four major pillars. That is the risk knowledge. Pillar 2 is observation and forecasting. Pillar 3 is warning and dissemination. And pillar 4 is preparedness to respond. So whatever this framework that looks into the managing of disaster risk reduction, it looks into a country how well it is prepared in combating any disaster that can fall upon it. And first they'll look at the risk knowledge, how they'll be able to gauge that, वो किस तरह से उसको देखेंगे. Observation and forecasting, whether they were able to observe and forecast even before it is going to fall, like कोई tsunami warning या फिर cyclone warning. Okay, after that warning and dissemination, how well they were able to inform people who might be impacted because of this disaster and their preparedness to respond. कितना वो prepared है for any disaster if happens, how well they are prepared in protecting their people and their जो भी उनका infrastructure and all that है. So this works on this. So here in this case, the Sendai Target G scores of countries in the Asia region as reported by various countries of Asia, look here. See, ये हमारा India का है. Okay, this is a composite score, total score of how well we have done in pillar 1, 2, 3 and 4. If we look at pillar 1, that is blue color, कहाँ पे है? Blue तो बहुत ना के बराबर है. Light blue तो है ही नहीं. That मतलब risk knowledge is one where we are lacking dramatically. And if we look at the observation and forecasting, yes, we have got very good observation centers. We have got very good forecasting. जो भी IMD forecast करती है, you can say that more than 90% of the times it matches. अभी तो बहुत ज़्यादा अच्छा match हो रहा है. Okay. Pillar 3, warning and dissemination also we have very good, you can say, अच्छा इंडिया का yes, warning systems भी हमारा ज़्यादा अच्छा नहीं है. They haven't mentioned anything about that. Okay, but yes, we have got good warning system as well. Preparedness and respond में तो one of the highest, you can see. So this is where we stand on an average. If you look at, it seems that first, that is risk knowledge बहुत कम है by various countries. So in the Asia region, only 21 countries reported the status of their early warning systems on the Sendai framework monitoring. That is, if all the countries can provide the information or their status, it would have been easy for the report also to present it perfectly. But that's the reason they have highlighted this, कि this report is not exactly perfect, but whatever the information that they were able to get, based on that they could give. So the average and the median of the composite score for global target G, that is this related to the climate in Asia, related to the climate in Asia of the Sendai framework, measuring the overall progress on availability of and access to a multi-hazard early warning system. It was 0.45 out of 1. The score was very less. Okay, the warning system as we were talking about. So it is less than half. It must be also noted that out of 21 countries, only 5 reported on all the 4 indicators of target G, where each indicator is used to understand the comprehensiveness of the 4 pillars of this early warning system. So this particular 0.45 out of 1 is the average or the composite score for based on all these for Asia region. But again, they are saying that this we have arrived, this 0.445 we have arrived based on 21 countries, but in that 21 countries also only 5 have reported on all these 4 indicators. Rest of the countries they haven't reported on all, maybe 3 कुछ 4 उस तरह से. Okay, so this can't be a perfect score, but yes, whatever data that they have, this is a score that they have provided, that is composite score for entire Asia. Let me highlight this for Asia. Okay, now the pillar which is the strongest in the region is warning and dissemination. So ये strongest है Asia में. Okay, out of the 18 countries which reported on this indicator, the average score was 0.86. So iska 0.86. The pillar which needs most strengthening in the region is risk knowledge, where only 6 countries reported on this indicator and the average score was 0.56, significantly lower than for other pillars. So here the strengthening risk knowledge is the one where majority of the Asian countries are lacking. As you can see here, light blue, ये बहुत हार्डली ही कुछ कंट्रीज है 1 2, यहाँ तो बहुत नीचे है. जापान का भी बहुत इट्स लैकिंग. सो यहाँ पे है एंड यहाँ एंड म्यांमार का थोड़ा सा है, इंडिया का तो है ही नहीं. एंड अगेन हियर नेपाल का थोड़ा सा it's able to provide them with the उनका risk knowledge, जो भी they were able to estimate the risk knowledge. Asia reported an average score of 0.89 for preparedness to respond. So preparedness to respond में 0.89 one of the best scores that they could get. That is, अगर कभी कोई disaster आएगा, so they are very much prepared to that, and also they were very much ready in helping their people and protecting them. And 0.73 for observation and forecasting. Observation and forecasting also Asian countries they are doing really well. So here सबसे first pillar 4 में अच्छा है in world Asia का. After that it is observation and forecasting. After that it is pillar 3, okay, warning and dissemination. No, warning and dissemination का second है, sorry, right. And 3 it is observation and forecasting, and the work that we have to do is in the risk knowledge, where we are lagging very much behind Asia, that is 0.56. Okay, yes, so this is all from my end. So in this report what we have done is we have seen who exactly have released this report, right? It is 4th in series, that also we have seen, and which are those agencies that have helped the World Meteorological Organization in preparing this report, that also we have seen. We have seen various indicators, the facts and figures associated with the various indicators of Asia when it comes to the climate. We have seen like the precipitation, the disasters, the hydrometeorological disaster hazards that have been witnessed, the temperature change that has been witnessed, the rainfall, all that we have seen. And after that we have seen the facts and figures from this report associated exclusively for India. Okay, and after that we have seen how they have arrived at the Sendai framework rankings. वो pillars जो उन्होंने mention किया Sendai framework में, there are 4 pillars. How Asian countries are faring on those 4 pillars, and where we are lagging and where we have to work upon, all that we have highlighted on those 4 pillars. Okay, so this is all from my end for this report, State of the Climate in Asia 2023. Sorry, बीच में थोड़ा सा confusion हो गया था. And as I said, based on the reporting, there is much room for improvement, especially on pillar 1 of the early warning system. So these 4 pillars, these are part of the early warning systems under the Sendai framework. Okay. Yes. So yesterday's question, EMPS 2024 is being implemented from Electric Vehicle Mobility Promotion Scheme. जैसे हमने बताया इट इज़ ओनली फॉर अ पीरियड ऑफ 4 months. जो फेम टू स्कीम फास्टर एडॉप्शन एंड एडॉप्शन ऑफ इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स, उसी वो स्कीम क्लोज हो गया था 31 March को. And after that they have come up with this. Slowly they are phasing out the subsidies or the incentives that were being provided for the sale of these or purchase of these electric vehicles. But now this is focusing majorly on two-wheelers and three-wheelers electric vehicles only, L1, L2 and L5 category of three-wheelers electric vehicles. Individual beneficiaries can only receive incentives for one EV in a specific category, and this is true. Only one they can avail, not many. Today's homework questions include State of the Climate in Asia 2023 is released by which organization? The sea level in the Bay of Bengal was 50% above the global average, particularly in the Sundarbans region, and was among the highest in the region. Is this statement true or false? Yes. Now the forum is open for your queries, questions. Thank you very much for being with me so patiently. Yes, any questions, queries, or I'll wind up the session. If you want me to take any of the reports or schemes also, please let me know. I'll add to my list. Okay, as I can see, there are no queries, no problem. If you have any, you know where to reach out to me on the Telegram group or the app. In any ways, you can reach out to me or through my email ID as well, which I have shared with you all in the group already. Thank you very much once again. Have a great day ahead. Please take good care of yourself. See you all tomorrow then. Same time, not this time, 9 a.m. with the regular current affairs and 4 p.m. with any of the report or scheme or current affairs as per the study plan that we have prepared. Okay? Yes, take care. Bye-bye.